Hello, mortals, immortals, and everyone else in between. I am Clever the Cherub, and I like reading mythology. A few days ago, I played a game called Neo on my Twitch channel. Since yokai are one of the two types of enemies you can fight in that game, I figured that for today's video, I would start reading Japanese mythology with the Kojiki. That's the creation myth. Most people know about or possess some small degree of knowledge on Japanese mythology, thanks to various anime, manga, light novels, and JRPGs that use the more well-known gods, monsters, and objects from the aforementioned mythology. Names like Izanagi, Izanami, Amaterasu, Susanoo, Kusanagi, and Norochi. Also, full disclosure, I am not fluent in Japanese at all. Despite how much I like anime, I usually watch it with English dubs so that I can focus on other things at the same time. However, I will try to pronounce them to the best of my ability. Also, if you can hear it in the background, I have some Japanese music playing for the extra ambiance. If you like that, if that's okay with you, I'll be doing it again for the next time, and if not, then it's no problem. I'll just switch it over to something else, most likely lo-fi. Now with all that being said, let me take us on over to the reading section and we can dive in. At the time of the beginning of heaven and earth, there came into existence Takama no Para, a deity named Amenomi Naka Nusi no Kami. Next, Takami Musubi no Kami. Next, Kami Musubi no Kami. These three deities all came into existence as single deities, and their forms were not visible. Next, when the land was young, resembling floating oil and drifting like a jellyfish, there sprouted forth, coming something like reed shoots. From these came into existence the deity Umasi Asi Kabi Piko Di no Kami. Next, Ami no Toko Tati no Kami. These two deities came into existence as single deities, and their forms were not visible. These five deities in the above section are the separate heavenly deities. Next, there came into existence the deity Kuni no Toko Tati no Kami. Next, Toyokumo no Kami. These two deities all came into existence as single deities, and their forms were not visible. Next, there came into existence the deity named Upedi ni no Kami. Next, his spouse, Supedi ni no Kami. Next, Tuno Gupi no Kami. Next, his spouse, Iku Gupi no Kami. Next, Oppo Tono di no Kami. Next, his spouse, Oppo Tono Bi no Kami. Next, Omodaru no Kami. Next, his spouse, Aya Kazuko ni no Kami. Next, Izanagi no Kami. And next, his spouse, Izanami no Kami. The deities in the above section, from Kuni no Toko Tati no Kami to Izanami no Kami, are called collectively the 7 generations of the Age of Gods. The first 2 single deities are each called one generation. The next pairs of 10 deities are arranged in couples, each couple being called one generation. At this time, the heavenly deities, all with one command, said to the 2 deities, Izanagi no Mikoto and Izanami no Mikoto, "Complete and solidify this drifting land." Giving them the heavenly jeweled spear, they entrusted the mission to them. Thereupon, the 2 deities stood on the heavenly floating bridge, and, lowering the jeweled spear, stirred with it. They stirred the brine with a churning sound, and when they drifted up the spear again, the brine dripping down from the tip of the spear piled up and became an island. This was the island Onogoro. Descending from heaven to this island, they erected a heavenly pillar and a spacious palace. At this time, Izanagi no Mikoto asked his spouse Izanami no Mikoto, saying, "How is your body formed?" She replied, saying, "My body, formed though it be formed, has one place which is formed insufficiently." Then Izanagi no Mikoto said, "My body, formed though it be formed, has one place which is formed to excess. Therefore, I would like to take that place in my body which is formed to excess, and insert it into that place in your body which is formed insufficiently, and thus give birth to the land. How will this be?" Izanami no Mikoto replied saying, "That will be good." Then Izanagi no Mikoto said, "Then let us, you and me..." I lost my place. Hold on. Sorry. "Then let us, you and me, walk in a circle around this heavenly pillar, and meet and have conjugal intercourse." And thus agreeing, Izanagi no Mikoto then said, "You walk around from the right, and I walk around from the left and meet you." After having agreed to this, they circled around. Then Izanami no Mikoto said first, "Ananiyasi, how good a lad." Afterwards, after had finished speaking, oh wait, I fucked it up. Afterwards, Izanagi no Mikoto said, "Ananiyasi, how good a maiden." After each had finished speaking, Izanagi no Mikoto said to his spouse, "It is not proper that the woman speak first." Nevertheless, they commenced procreation and gave birth to a leech child. They placed this child into a boat made of reeds and floated it away. Next, they gave birth to the island of Appa. This also is not reckoned as one of their children. Then the two deities consulted together and said, "The child which we have just born is not good. It is best to report this matter before the heavenly deities." Then they ascended together and sought the will of the heavenly deities. The heavenly deities thereupon performed a grand divination and said, "Because the woman spoke first, the child was not good. Descend once more and say it again." Then they descended again and walked once more in a circle around the heavenly pillar as they had done before. Then Izanagi no Mikoto said first, "Ananiyasi, how good a maiden." Afterwards, his spouse, Izanami no Mikoto, said, "Ananiyasi, how good a lad." After they had finished saying this, they were united and bore as a child the island Apadi Nopo no Sawake no Sima. Next, they bore the double island of Iyo. This island has one body and 4 countenances, each with a separate name. Thus, the land of Iyo is named Epimi. The land of Sanuki is named Ipi Yoripiko. The land of Appa is named Opogitu Pime. And the land of Tosa is named Take Yoriwaki. Next, they bore the triple island of Oki, also named Ame no Osu Korowake. Next, they bore the island of Tukusi. This island also has one body and 4 countenances, each with a separate name. Thus, the land of Tukusi is named Sirapiwaki. The land of Toyonukuni is named Toyopiwaki. The land of Pai is named Takepi Mukapi Toyokuzi Pinewaki. And the land of Kumaso is named Takepiwaki. Next, they bore the island of Iki, also named Ame Pitotu Pi Basira. Next, they bore the island of Tsushima, also named Ame no Sade Yoripime. Next, they bore the island of Sado. Next, they bore the island Oppo Yamato Toyoaki Tsushima, also named Amatu Misora Taiaki Tuniwagi. Thus, because the 8 islands were born first, they are called Oppo Yasima Guni. After this, when they returned, they bore the island Kibi no Kozima, also named Takepiwate Wake. Oh wait, my bad. Takepikata Wake. Next, they bore the island of Aduki Sima, also named Oppo no Dipime. Next, they bore the island of Opposima, also named Oppo Tamaruwake. Next, they bore the island of Pimezima, also named Amepitotuni. Next, they bore the island of Tikanoshima, also named Amino Osiwo. Next, they bore the island of Putagonoshima, also named Ameputaya. From Kibinokozima through Ameputaya are altogether 6 islands. After they had finished bearing the land, they went on to bear deities. The name of the deity they bore was Oppo Koto Osiwo no Kami. Next, they bore Ipa Tuti Biko no Kami. Next, they bore Ipa Supime no Kami. Next, they bore Oppo Topiwaki no Kami. Next, they bore Ame no Puki wo no Kami. Next, they bore Oppo Biko no Kami. Next, they bore Kaza Motowaki no Osi wo no Kami. Oh, these names are a mouthful. Next, they bore the sea deity, whose name is Oppo Wata Tumi no Kami. Next, they bore the deity of the sea straits, whose name is Paya Aki Tupiko no Kami. Next, his spouse, Paya Aki Tupime no Kami. From Oppo Koto Osi wo no Kami through Paya Aki Tupime no Kami are altogether 10 deities. These 2 deities, Paya Aki Tupiko and Paya Aki Tupime, rule respectively the rivers and the seas. They bore the deity Awanagi no Kami. Next, Awanami no Kami. Next, Turanagi no Kami. Next, Turanami no Kami. Next, Ame no Mi Komari no Kami. Next, Kuni no Mi Kumari no Kami. Next, Ame no Kupuzi Moti no Kami. Next, Kuni no Kupiza Moti no Kami. From Awanagi no Kami through Kuni no Kupiza Moti no Kami are altogether 8 deities. Next, they bore the wind deity, whose name is Sina Tupiko no Kami. Next, they bore the tree deity, whose name is Kuku no Tino Kami. Next, they bore the mountain deity, whose name is Oppoyama Tumi Nij Kami. Next, they bore the deity of the plains, whose name is Kaya no Pime no Kami, also named No Duty no Kami. From Sina Tupiko no Kami to No Duty no Kami are altogether 4 deities. These 2 deities, Oppoyama Tumi no Kami and No Duty no Kami, rule respectively the mountains and plains. They bore the deity Ame no Sa Duty no Kami. Next, Kuni no Sa Duty no Kami. Next, Ame no Sagiri no Kami. Next, Kuni no Sagiri no Kami. Next, Ame no Kura Don no Kami. Next, Kuni no Kura Don no Kami. Next, Oppo Tomato Pico no Kami. Next, Oppo Tomato Pime no Kami. Wait. Oh, it's Pico and then Pime. I thought I said the same name twice for a second. From Ame no Saduti no Kami through Oppo Tomato Pime no Kami are altogether 8 deities. Next, they bore the deity Tori no Ipe Kusu Pune no Kami, also named Aminotori Pune no Kami. Next, they bore Oppogi Tu Pime no Kami. Next, they bore Pino Yagi Payawo no Kami, also named Pino Nakaga Biko no Kami, and also named Pino Gatu Tuti no Kami. Wait. Oh, that was Kagutsuchi. That's from the next line here. Because Izanami no Mikoto bore this child, her genitals were burned and she lay down sick. In her vomit there came to existence the deity Kanayama no Biko no Kami. Next, Kanayama Bime no Kami. Next, in her Next, in her feces, there came into existence the deity Pani Yasubiko no Kami. Next, Pani Yasubime no Kami. Next, in her urine, there came into existence the deity Mitsu Panomi no Kami. Next, Wakumusube no Kami. The child of this deity is Toyo Uke Bime no Kami. Thus at last, Izanami no Kami, because she was born the fire deity, divinely passed away. From Ame no Toripune through Toyo Uke Bime no Kami are altogether 8 deities. All of the islands born by the 2 deities Izanagi and Izanami were 14. The deities born of them were 35. These were born from Izanami no Kami, divinely passed away. However, the island Onogoro was not born. Also, the leech child and the island of Appa are not recognized as their children. Just a quick refresher. At this time, Izanagi no Mikoto said, "Alas, I have given my beloved spouse in exchange for a mere child." Then he crawled around her head and around her feet, weeping. At this time, in his tears, there came into existence the deity who dwells at the foot of the mountain in the base of the foothills of Mount Kagu, named Naki Sapa Minokami. Then he buried the departed Izanami no Kami on Mount Piba, the border between the land of Idumo and the land of Papaki. Then Izanagi no Mikoto unsheathed his sword 10 hands long. Then Izanagi no Mikoto unsheathed the sword 10 hands long, which he was wearing at his side, and cut off the head of his child, Kagu Tuti no Kami. Hereupon, the blood adhering to the tip of the sword gushed forth onto the massed rocks. The deity came to existence thereupon from was Ipa Saku no Kami. Next, Misaku no Kami. Next, Ipa Tutu no Kami. 3 deities. Next, the blood adhering to the sword guard also gushed forth onto the massed rocks. The deity who came into existence thereupon was Mika Paya Pinokami. Next, Pi Paya Pinokami. Next, Takemita Duti no Kami, also named Takeputu no Kami, and also named Toyoputo no Kami. 3 more deities. Next, the blood collected at the hilt of the sword dripped through his fingers. The deity who came into existence therefrom was Kura Okami no Kami. Next, Kuramitu Pa no Kami. The deities in the above section, altogether 8 in number, from Ipa Saku no Kami to Kuramitu Pa no Kami, are deities born by the sword. The deity who came into existence in the head of the slain Kagu Tuti no Kami was Masaka Yama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came to existence in his chest was named Oda Yama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came into existence in his belly was named Okoyama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came to existence in his genitals was named Kurayama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came into existence in his left hand was named Shiji Yama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came into existence in his right hand was named Payama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came into existence in his left foot was named Parayama Tumi no Kami. Next, the deity who came into existence in his right foot was named Toyama Tumi no Kami. From Masaka Yama Tumi no Kami through Toyama Tumi no Kami are altogether 8 deities. The name of the sword with which Izanagi no Mikoto killed the fire deity was Ame no Papari. Another name is Itu no Papari. At this time, Izanagi no Mikoto, wishing to meet again his spouse, Izanami no Mikoto went after her to the land of Yomi. When she came forth out of the doors of the great hall to greet him, Izanagi no Mikoto said, "Oh, my beloved spouse, the lands which you and I were making have not yet been completed. You must come back." Oh wait. No, wrong voice. When she came forth out of the door of the hall to greet him, Izanagi no Mikoto said, "Oh, my beloved spouse, the lands with which you and I were making have not yet been completed. You must come back." Then Izanami no Mikoto replied, saying, "How I regret that you did not come sooner. I have eaten at the heart of Yomi, but oh, my beloved husband, how awesome it is that you have entered here. Therefore, I will go and discuss for a while with the gods of Yomi my desire to return. Pray do not look upon me." Thus saying, she went back into the hall, but her absence was so long that Izanagi no Mikoto could no longer wait. Thereupon, he broke off one of the large end teeth of the comb he was wearing in his left hair bunch, lit it as one fire, and entered in to see. At that time, maggots were squirming and roaring in the corpse of Izanami no Mikoto. In her heart was great thunder, in her breast was fire thunder, in her belly was black thunder, in her genitals was crack thunder, in her left hand was young thunder, in her right hand was earth thunder, in her left foot was sounding thunder, in her right foot was reclining thunder. Altogether, they were 8 thunder deities. Hereupon, Izanagi no Mikoto, seeing this, was afraid, and he turned and fled. At this time, his spouse, Izanami no Mikoto, said, "He has shamed me." Thereupon, she dispatched the hags of Yomi to pursue him. Then, Izanagi no Mikoto undid the black vine securing his hair, and flung it down. Immediately it bore grapes. While the hags were picking and eating the grapes, he fled. When again they pursued him, he next pulled out the comb he was wearing in his right hair bunch, and flung it down. Immediately, bamboo shoots sprouted forth. While the hags were pulling up and eating the bamboo shoots, he fled. Later, Izanami no Mikoto dispatched the 8 thunder deities and a horde of warriors of Yomi to pursue him. Then, Izanagi no Mikoto unsheathed the sword 10 hands long, which he was wearing at his side, and fled while waving it behind him. The pursuit continued, and when Izanagi no Mikoto had arrived at the foot of the pass, Yomoto Pirasaka, he took 3 peaches, which were there, and waited for his pursuers. Attacking them with the peaches, they all turned and fled. Then Izanagi no Mikoto said to the peaches, "Just as you have saved me when the central land of the reed plains, ha any of the race of mortal men, just as you have saved me when, in the central land of the reed plains, any of the race of mortal men fall into painful straits and suffer in anguish, then do you save them also." He bestowed upon the peaches the name Opokamu Dumi no Mikoto. Finally, his spouse, Izanami no Mikoto herself, came in pursuit of him. Then he pulled a tremendous boulder and closed the pass, Yomoto Pirasaka with it. They stood facing each other, one on each side of the boulder, and broke their troth. At that time, Izanami no Mikoto said, "Oh, my beloved husband, if you do this, I will each day strangle to death 1,000 of the populace of your country." To this, Izanagi no Mikoto said, "Oh, my beloved spouse, if you do this, I will each day build 1,500 parturition huts. This is the reason why 1,000 people inevitably die, and 1,500 people are inevitably born every day." Izanami no Kami is also called Yomoto Opokami. Also, because she has joined the pursuit, she is called Tisiki no Opokami. The boulder which closed the pass, Yomoto Pirasaka, is called Higapesi no Opokami. It is also called Sayari Masayomi Dono Opokami. The so-called Yamoto Pirasaka is now called the pass Ipuyazaka in the land of Idumo. Hereupon, Izanagi no Opokami said, I have been to a most unpleasant place, a horrible unclean land. Thereupon I shall purify myself. Arriving at the plain Apakinpara by the river mouth of Tatibana in Pimuka in Tokusi, he purified and exercised himself. When he flung down his stick, there came into existence a deity called Tukitatu Punatonokami. Next, when he flung down his sash, there came into existence a deity named Mitino Naga Tipanokami. When he flung down his bag, there came into existence a deity named Toki Pakasi no Kami. Next, when he flung down his cloak, there came into existence a deity named Wadurapi no Usi no Kami. Next, when he flung down his trousers, there came into existence a deity named Timata no Kami. Next, when he flung down his headgear, there came into existence a deity named Akigupi no Usi no Kami. Next, when he flung down the armbands on his left arm, there came into existence a deity named Okizakaru no Kami. Next, Okitu... I can't... I'm gonna assume it's Okitu Naisa Biko no Kami. Next, Okitu Kappa Bera no Kami. Next, when he flung down the armbands on his right arm, there came into existence a deity named Pizakaru no Kami. Next, Pitu Nagisa Biko no Kami. I lost my place again. I had to take a minute for these names. They are so long. Next, Pitu Nagisa Biko no Kami. Next, Pitu Kapi Bera no Kami. The 12 deities in the above section, from Puna Dono Kami through Petu Kapi Bera no Kami, all were born from his taking off the articles worn on his body. Then he said, the current of the upper stream is a current too swift. The current of the lower stream is a current too weak. Then, when he went down and dived into the middle stream and bathed, there came into existence a deity named Yasumaga Tupinokami. Next, Opomaga Tupinokami. These two deities came into existence from the pollution which he took on when he went to the unclean land. Next, in order to rectify these evils, there came into existence the deity Kamu Napobi no Kami. Next, Oppo Napobi no Kami. Next, Idunomi no Kami. Altogether, 3 deities. Next, when he bathed at the bottoms of the river, there came into existence the deity named Soko Tuwata Tumi no Kami. Next, Soko Du no Wonomikoto. When he bathed in the middle of the water, there came into existence the deity named Nakatuwata Tumi no Kami. Next, Nakadutu no Wonomikoto. When he bathed on the surface of the water, there came into existence the deity named Upatowata Tumi no Mikoto. Next, Upadutu no Mikoto. These 3 Wata Tumi deities are the deities worshipped by the Marazi of the Adumi as their ancestral deities. The Marazi of the Adumi are the descendants of Utusi Piganka Saku no Mikoto, the child of these Watatume deities. God. So many mouthfuls of names. The three deities, Sokodutu no Nomikoto, Nakadutu no Nomikoto, and Upadutu no Nomikoto, are the three great deities of Sumi no Yi. Then, when he washed his left eye, there came to existence a goddess named Amaterasu Opomikami. Next, when he washed his right eye, there came into existence a god named Tsukuyomi no Mikoto. Next, when he washed his nose, there came into existence a deity named Takehaya no Mikoto. The 14 deities in the above section, from Yasomaga Tupi no Kami through Takehaya no Mikoto, are deities born from bathing his body. At this time, Izanagi no Mikoto, rejoicing greatly, said, "I have borne child after child, and finally in the last bearing I have obtained 3 noble children." Then he removed the necklace, shaking the beads on the string so they jingled. And giving it to Amaterasu, he entrusted her with the mission, saying, "You shall rule Takamaga no Hara." The name of the necklace. Damn it. You shall rule Takamaga no Para. The name of this necklace is Mikura Tana no Kami. Next, he said to Tsukuyomi no Mikoto, entrusting him with his mission, "You shall rule the realms of the night." Next, he came to Takehaya Susanoo, entrusting him with his mission, "You shall rule the ocean." Okay, we've finally reached the main 3 deities that the majority of people should know from Japanese mythology. And with that done, I think I'm gonna rest my voice for the stream in a few minutes. So, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you all for coming by and watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story so far. I apologize for all the stuttering and pausing I did. I did not expect these names to be as long as they were, but hopefully you were able to Jesus, I need to start writing out these endings better. If you like this content, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, or on Blue Sky. All of them are the same name, Clover the Cherub. I've been your heavenly host, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.